The date is Wednesday, the 20th of July, and it's great to see so many listeners out there and engaged with the future of the world's Dapp store. Today, we've got 100 popes up for grabs. So arguably, these are some of the coolest popes we've got, as it shows you participated in the future of DappRadar. So after the AMA, head on over to our Discord, open the general chat. All the information will be there for you. The secret phrase that you need is Radar1. So what are we all doing here today? It's that time of the month when we gather up the DappRadar superstars, stop them from working for an hour, and dive in to reveal the next wave of products and milestones that we're aiming for. The community call is just one of many ways and many efforts to improve the communication between DappRadar and our community. We present ongoing developments at these monthly events and discuss our immediate plans and future plans. In addition, the community call is a chance for everybody in the audience to ask questions, and we also collect questions in advance so that that's what we're dealing with. We're here for you guys, and we're here to answer your questions. So who do we have fielding questions on the stage today? Firstly, I'll introduce myself. My name's Ian Kane. I'll be your host for today. It's my role to keep the chats on topic and make sure that the whole community gets their chance to ask the questions. So let me just give you a quick rundown of who we have in the call today. We've got Skirmantas Januskas, CEO and co-founder of DappRadar. Dragos Dunica, CDO and co-founder. Rennie, head of product. Robert Hoogendorn, head of content. Inan Aksoy, head of marketing. And Nathan Vandy, who's leading on our DAO. So we're going to jump straight into the topics for today. And the first topic we're going to talk about is staking V2. So we've released staking V1, and now we've got migration. So Skirmantas, do you want to jump in here and start this?
Yes. Hey, everybody. Thanks, Ian, for a warm intro. And yeah, really excited about the staking V2. As you probably most of you know, 3 weeks back, we launched the first version of staking, cross-chain staking, quite an innovation. And now here, we just a few hours ago, actually, we have successfully launched the version 2 of cross-chain staking. Really great work done by the team. Everyone who staked previously, you got their gas sort of reimbursed for token approval and stake transactions. So we have some for migration. If you're still on V1, if you're still staking there, the rewards will still accumulate for you for a couple of weeks till the 2nd of August. So there is no immediate rush to unstake. If the gas fees are high, stay calm, no immediate rush. But if you don't want to lose, if you want to keep accumulating rewards after those 2 weeks, you got to make sure you migrate. Just go to the staking page. You'll find instructions. If anything is unclear, just head to our Discord. Happy to answer any questions you guys have. So, why we did this upgrade, you may ask. And there are two main reasons. One of the reasons is we made the signature transparent. So, before you stake or withdraw or claim, there was a signature, and there still is. Just that before MetaMask or any other wallet was sort of saying, this is dangerous, you don't know what you're signing, and so on. We made it much more transparent. So now you actually really see what you're signing. And yeah, we made it very transparent, very good user experience. And the second upgrade is hardware wallets can now stake. So if you own a Ledger or Trezor, head there, you can stake your tokens now and earn those juicy rewards. So that's quick and compact about cross-chain staking, but what about boosting? Dragos, give me a hand.
Yeah, sure. So as you might already know from the version 1, if you have staked, but even if you haven't already, you can head to the staking page, and besides just staking your Radar tokens and getting the rewards, you can also boost your favorite Dapp on DappRadar. What Dapp boosting means, you might ask. Basically, with the amount of tokens that you stake, you can also assign that amount to the Dapp that you like on DappRadar and offer that Dapp your support. All the Dapps that are boosted will be displayed with a very specific icon in our rankings, and they'll get extra visibility. They'll get extra features in the future as well. So again, if you cheer for any of the Dapps on DappRadar, if you are part of the community of any Dapp on DappRadar, head to the staking page, stake some Radar tokens, and then pick your favorite Dapp. That's going to help that Dapp to get more visibility, and again, to be considered by other users in our platform as well. So that's just the starting. Boosting is like super early on, and it's also part of all the upcoming features that we have related to the whole contributor program that we kept talking about in the past meetings as well. And again, it's just the start. There will be more and more features that will be related to the boosted dApps, and all the boosted dApps will get additional benefits on DappRadar. So again, it's not just stake to get the rewards, which is still nice, but you can also contribute to much more in DappRadar, in the DappRadar ecosystem. So yeah, if you want to read more, you can also head to our blog or to our documentation page at talks.dappradior.com, and you can read more about what Dapp boosting is and how it works. And also, if you have any suggestions about how this program could go forward, head to our Discord, Telegram, forum, and anywhere you want and anywhere you're comfortable, and share your ideas with us. We are more than happy to work together on this. That's why we are trying to open up our ecosystem to our community, so we can all work together and you can contribute to the future of DappRadar.
All right, guys, very cool. Now I'm just going to summarize that very quickly. So we're solving the issues around the signature transparency. Hardware wallet support is now live. 2 weeks deadline for migration, and the migration gas fees are covered. So, and what Dragos is talking about, Dapp boosting, early stages right now, getting further development, and it feeds into the bigger picture of where DappRadar is headed in the future. So that's all about staking Radar and the new migration to V2, and a host of guides, as Dragos rightly said, will become available to take you through step by step the whole process. So hold tight for those. And I must say that cross-chain staking is really cool. I love staking on Ethereum and collecting on BNB. It feels a little bit like magic, in my opinion. So with Radar in mind, let's jump into some more details around the Radar token, the plans for other chains, and liquidity mining. So I'm going to jump back to you, Skirmantas, and Dragos as well. Tell us more about what's happening with Radar. We get a lot of questions about our plans here, so let's answer some of these.
Sure, let's go. When we launched Radar, and I think this has been said many times now, but when we launched Radar, we already knew that it's going to be kind of multi-chain. It's not going to be just sitting on Ethereum, and that's what we did. So now BNB Radar is officially on BNB chain. You can use a bridge. If you're aware of multi-chain, that's a Dapp called multi-chain. It's a bridge. You can hop there and then transfer some tokens from Ethereum to BNB chain, transfer Radar tokens. What you can do there, well, you can use the cross-chain staking. You can buy and sell Radar on ApeSwap, or you can just hold Radar tokens and enjoy the benefits of being pro member. So there's quite a few things already to do with Radar, both on Ethereum and BNB. But what I want to say further, we launched on BNB chain, and one of the bigger things there for now is we partnered with ApeSwap, one of the biggest DEXs on BNB chain. And there are a couple of initiatives that we currently are running. So the first one is liquidity mining, which we have the same, very similar approach on Ethereum with SushiSwap. We launched that as well on BNB with ApeSwap. So basically, if you add liquidity to Radar and BNB pair, you get those LP tokens. You stake LP tokens, you get rewards. Simple as that. The second thing is a bit more complex. That's treasury bills. Treasury bills is a product of ApeSwap that allows you to acquire protocol-owned liquidity, allows us as a DAO to acquire liquidity. And that's a very good thing, because it means that, at some point, our DAO owns enough liquidity, so we don't need to incentivize liquidity mining, which means less tokens are distributed. That's like less selling pressure, better for the value of the token overall. So really excited about this. Treasury bills are quite a complex topic. So, if you want to hear more about that, next Friday, 29th of July, I believe, we'll have a call with ApeSwap, and you can hear much more about that in depth. So yeah, just stay tuned, hop on that call and listen for more. And really, for now, that's it about the initiatives on the BNB chain. But there is one more thing on Ethereum. I just mentioned briefly about SushiSwap liquidity incentives. So what we just recently did is extending SushiSwap liquidity staking rewards. We decreased the rewards by 20%, but extended them for the next 3 months. So if you're staking on SushiSwap, you can just keep doing that. You'll keep getting those rewards. Back to you, Ian.
All right, nice. All right, so you heard it here first. If you join that upcoming call with ApeSwap on Friday, the 29th of July, it's a pretty complex topic, so we're going to dive in and really unpack all the details there. So again, Friday, 29th of July, keep an eye on the social media, DappRadar socials, and you'll get more information around that. All right, so it's time to shift focus over to the products that we built. So as regular listeners know,
sorry to interrupt you. Just wanted to add something extra on the ape swap opportunities. And yeah, once again, sorry for interrupting you. There are a lot of things that you can do, as Skirmantas just shared. So keep in mind, you can basically stake the LP tokens that you have, and you can earn banana, which is the native token of ApeSwap. And at the same time, you can also stake banana token, and you can earn radar tokens in exchange. So you have like double opportunities there. You can also earn banana at the same time. And if you stake the banana tokens that you're earning, you can then earn radar for doing that. And additionally, then all the things that Skirmantas just explained about treasury bills, which you're going to get more information in the ApeSwap call. But yeah, just saying, explore that. I'm sure, like if you take your time, if you learn about that, you'll have a lot of opportunities there. So everything is super interesting. You just need to spend some time to learn about that.
Good shout, Dragos. Good shout. Absolutely. And obviously learning how to use some of these things is more of a hands-on process. So yeah, go and check it out, take a look, see what you think, see what you find, give us some feedback as well. So yeah, we're just going to shift over to product now. So as regular listeners know, we outlined some serious plans for 2022, and we're hitting those milestones. And most importantly, we're shipping product. So Nick, Rennie is here to tell us all about what's been happening since the last call, a quick update on what we were talking about there, and then where we're at. So take it away, Nick. How you doing, man? You okay?
Yeah, good, thanks. Yeah, thanks for having me back on the call again. It's good to be here. So yeah, we've had some big stuff going on. Clearly, well, there's been some updates from the last meeting, the last community call we had. I spoke about our single Dapp pages, which is a massive product. Obviously, we've not released that in the time that we had our last call. But the great news is, prior to in the last call, we were still designing the product, and we're actually now in development. So that is actually now being built. And we're really excited. And basically, just to recap that product itself, the Dapp pages are effectively the core part of DappRadar in many ways. That's where most people land. That's where you get your information. And we're going to be expanding upon that. And we've had some really great user studies on the actual Dapp pages themselves, really great feedback. So we think you're going to really love them. And as we get closer to the date, perhaps we'll be able to share some sneak previews of it all. But yeah, everything is looking really great, and we should be in line to kind of get that released by the end of Q3. We also mentioned the rankings as well. So again, that is something that we're currently working on. But again, just refreshing all of that. So there's some really big stuff coming from that product as well. So again, end of Q3, or maybe a little bit before, we're going to see some big changes happening. And that is effectively where DappRadar started in these rankings. And when you look at the tables, we've changed the UI. We've not really changed a great deal in many ways. They're still the same metrics, and we've added a lot more functionality on top. But these rankings are going to be reimagined, redesigned, and they're obviously going to offer you guys a huge amount more value. Additionally, POAPs, I mentioned that one as well. That is now moving into development. Again, the last time I mentioned it, it was in design. So that product's going to be pushed into development, which means you can actually view all your POAPs that you kind of gain in these community calls. Currently, you have to go to the POAP site or a viewer. But right after this, once we release the product, we'll be able to view all your DappRadar POAPs directly on DappRadar, which is obviously a good thing. So in terms of what we've delivered, we have actually delivered a few extra items. I think one of the key things that you guys might notice if you use DappRadar frequently is the UI keeps getting tweaked here and there. So the design team specifically, have been working really, really hard to bring you a number of UI updates, improving the consistent product. So everything is just being, slowly refined. And you're going to see that across DappRadar. There's some really, really cool things, standardization of icons. We're looking at standardization of terms, all these different things, just to make that experience a lot more consistent for you guys. And that's really important when you're trying to kind of navigate from one product to the next. Making sure that everything is consistent is super important. The other thing we launched as well is our new authentication journey. And whilst that might be like a little bit of not the biggest deal, it is a big deal because it's going to really encompass how users connect their wallets, how you then sign your wallets and actually become a member of DappRadar. So you create an account on DappRadar itself. We've simplified that entire process, and we've made it a lot easier to validate both your wallet and your email address. So obviously that's a big deal. The other one is gamification. Again, no major updates that I can kind of show you guys right now. I'd love to, believe me, but we're moving really, really fast on this one now. And again, this is due for the end of Q3, and this is going to be a massive, massive, massive product. I mean, for those who weren't part of the last call, it's really going to encompass all about the whole element of contribute to earn in DappRadar. You know, we're integrating gamification across the entire platform. Many other, even our competitors have done exactly the same thing, but we're really changing things slightly here. So you're going to see some products being released around gamification. So really exciting, and hopefully you guys will love it and obviously engage with it as well. And last but not least, I think what I'll tie up with is our mobile app. So we've been talking about this loads, and I think I even mentioned it in the first community call that we had. We're now at the stage where we can actually launch a public beta. So at the moment, everything is currently being held back by Apple, so we're waiting on that approval process. But as soon as we're approved, we're going to be launching our public beta for every user who wants to take part. And we're going to be sharing the link, so anybody can take part, both on Android and iOS, by the app before it actually hits the App Store itself. And please feel free to provide any feedback, any comments. And obviously, this is just the start. So just remember, when you see this app, it's just the start of the app, and we're going to be adding to it. And over time, we'll have, well, we hope to have the entire DappRadar product built into native apps. So really, really excited to kind of see that. And yeah, we've got some really cool products in the pipeline with a lot more to come. So hopefully in the next update, I'll be able to share some more with you. Thank you. Back to you, Ian.
You're going to be a super busy man, you and your team, Nick. That's the vibe I'm getting here. You're going to have a lot to do by the looks of it. But it's really amazing. I just want to double down on that kind of single Dapp page improvements. Really looking forward to seeing these. As Nick says, it's like the backbone of our business, and to make improvements there is amazing. And to see the app and everything coming to life is just quite frankly very cool. Like it's not been a long time we've been talking about this. So yeah. Small things make a big impact, I think, is the point. And although some of the stuff Nick is talking about, icon changes and whatnot, maybe people don't notice it, you're kind of subconsciously noticing it because it's improving your user journey. So yeah, all this hard work, it really requires kind of the work that these guys do. It requires amplification. And that's where the content team kind of gets involved and steps in, and led by content wizard, as I call him, Robert Hoogendorn. And he's here to outline the plans for expanding our reach. We're exploring new mediums, and we're giving the DappRadar community, frankly, more of what they want. So, Robert, jump in, man. What are we doing?
I like the word choice of amplification, because as we've seen the feedback we receive from the community on what we've been doing lately. There's lots of engagement around the radar token. Product updates have been well received. At the same time, we as a content division often kept writing about others and not too much about DappRadar. And that's going to change, because we've seen this positive feedback loop that's been given by the community. We've seen the feedback and the engagement that our product updates, the radar token, and everything has brought. Like, we need to tie content closer into DappRadar as a product, as a platform. And so instead of regular news, our content team will focus more on the promotion of DappRadar, the promotion of dApps in our ecosystem. Because ultimately, we are the world's Dapp store. We are the location where you, as a user, you discover, you learn everything about the wider Dapp ecosystem on 45 plus different blockchains across 10,000 plus dApps. So we, as a content team, also need to do that. We need to help the users understand, learn, and discover. And that's going to be a big part of our content focus. So think about content about hot, new, and upcoming games, or other dApps, of course. Think about conversations with influential NFT investors or Dapp developers who have an exciting product coming up. Think about deep dives in whale wallets, or did you know that we have a page where we list 50 different wallets owned by celebrities? So we have a list where you can see what Neymar, Steve Aoki, Snoop Dogg, and Bill Murray have in their wallets. And it sounds stupid, and it makes us sound very much like TMZ, but it's very cool, and we have the products to do that. Now, DappRadar's portfolio manager allows you to dive into wallets. Not only your own wallets, also the wallets of your friends, your favorite NFT investors, or again, Neymar, like if that's your thing. So for content, this really means we are approaching a new dawn, like a new focus around DappRadar as a product. And DappRadar content right now can be found on the website, of course. We are expanding to YouTube, Spotify, and of course our social media. So if you're interested in getting more acquainted with DappRadar, our content will be there to help you understand and help you navigate the space.
Nice. Yeah. All right, cool. So yeah, I'm personally like super excited about this direction we're heading in. That's the department that I work in. So yeah, like Robert's talking about here, we have a lot of tools and a lot of products that can enable people to really engage with dApps outside of the kind of financial side of it, as it were. So there's many things to be done. So yeah, and we're also stepping our game up a little bit, I guess, Robert, in regards to how we communicate with people, like for example, doing community calls and having our faces here and things like this. It's a bit of a new frontier for us, right? All right. So while Robert and his team are creating content and they amplify what DappRadar does, we have the marketing department, and this brings another layer of analytical and end user experience work that positions DappRadar as the world's Dapp store today and in the future as well. So Inan Aksoy has been developing new ways of understanding the community and the best ways to deliver the tools that they need to thrive on DappRadar. So he's joined us at a pivotal moment, and he's here to lead our marketing strategy, guided by insight, data, and most of all, you guys, the community. So Inan, how are you doing? Tell us more about what you've been up to since you jumped on the good ship Radar.
Thank you for the introduction, Ian. Actually, it's been 2.5 months since I've been here, and glad that I'm joining my very first community call. So you can call me like a community call noob for now. I'll try to get better as the time evolves as well, and I can deliver some of the insights that we collect from what we see in the market, and also how we are turning them into actions to, I like the word amplify as well, to amplify our reach and help the content to get out there, reach more people. So it's an exciting job, and I'm loving it so far. There's a lot happening in the market, and we built a very active marketing team here. And we are just trying to basically do more of the activities we do to get to more people. And it's quite exciting. So in the past, you might remember that we have done a big campaign, which was during the Easter time. We called it Easter Hunt. So we are working on stuff like this right now and planning more. So there are some exciting news down the line. And if you just hold on for 3 minutes, I'll tell you more about that one. But before we jump in there, we said insights. So understanding our users is quite key to kind of defining the campaigns we do and how we reach out to more people out there. And one part of that is basically running some user surveys and asking them various questions, trying to understand what they think of DappRadar, what they think of the market, and how we should shape the product to basically deliver what they're looking for. And we've done some surveys in the last couple of weeks, and there are some interesting insights that we captured from these, which I would like to share. So one is pretty much focusing about turbulent times. So it's hard, obviously, market is going down and so on. What kind of ways we can help our users? So looking at what is their number one priority, first of all. And kind of overwhelmingly, we've heard that a lot of our users are keen on holding on their assets, but also increasingly, and perhaps more popular answer was exploring new opportunities. And that means one thing, discovery. And DappRadar is all about discovery. So it was a good one to see in the answers, and brought a big smile to our faces, because it makes you sure that we are doing the right thing. And knowing our users actually expect this from DappRadar as a great discovery platform, providing what they're looking for, makes us really happy. And the second thing, which is another interesting question we were going through, what can we do more, or what can we do to help our users to navigate through these hard times, pretty much. And they kind of listed like top 3 things as we should do more. So nothing here is new. They just want us to do more of the stuff they're already doing. And top 3 stands out as more curated content and more information about the tokens. And also, of course, you guessed it right, is about more airdrops, because everybody loves it, right? And airdrops is an interesting one. Obviously, there are a lot of question marks around here and there, how you run this, what you want to choose. There's always demand for certain types out there. So we're trying to understand what would be the most interesting one for our users, and also how we match it with our operations and which ones to pick and how do we execute the campaigns around this. So there's plenty of work happening right now. And as we activated more of our social channels, on that note, by the way, we are building a decent TikTok channel right now. If you haven't started following us, and if you're on TikTok, I really suggest you to hop on there. And also Instagram as well. We are very active on Instagram too. We are trying to communicate with our users, trying to get them to get involved in decision-making here, choosing the airdrops and then choosing the mechanics and that sort of stuff. And there is a massive campaign coming up, which is, I'm quite pleased to announce that in August, we're going to do something called Keep It Quiet Dapp Days. And that's going to be a massive event, 1 week festival with plenty of dApps chosen and plenty of giveaways and activities around that, AMAs and so on. So keep your eyes peeled for this. And I think that is it from me. I was about to say something. In our surveys, we asked a few more questions, of course, and I didn't want to include everything in this. But if you have noticed, if you have used it so far, our our portfolio tracker, particularly people using for NFT portfolios, has been increasingly becoming more popular amongst our users. And when we looked at the main benefits of DappRadar to our users, when we launched it first, we were worried about how many people will use it and so on. But it became so kind of clear that more and more of our users are picking this portfolio tracker as a great example to use DappRadar. And it is where you can pretty much track all your digital holdings, their net worth, and also your NFT portfolio. But plus, you can also explore which celebrities own what type of NFTs and what they do with them. So there are lots of things you can actually discover with this portfolio tracker. So I'm suggesting you, if you haven't tried it yet, to go ahead and then give it a go and then let us know as well on our channels. We are happy to hear all the feedback that you'll come back. Thank you.
Nice. Thank you, Inan. And I think you did a pretty good job there for being a community call newbie, my man. So I think we'll have you on next time as well. It's not a problem, man. Not a problem. So yeah, Inan is here to kind of help guide the ship. And as you can tell, he's using a more sort of data-driven methodology to go about this. So really interesting stuff that they're digging up over there. And yeah, it's helping to push us forward. So thanks, Inan. Some super exciting developments there led by the community as well, which is the most important thing. So in the same kind of vein as that, we're talking about being led by the community. I want to hand back over to Dragos because he wants to dive into our DAO plans and where we are with that. So take it over, Dragos. What's happening there?
Yep, thank you so much. Like we always get this question, like, okay, what is Radar for? Like, what is Radar about? Like, what can you actually do with Radar? So obviously, beside all the other things that we have mentioned, and you can also find in our white paper, you can find that in our website, using like Pro, staking, and doing all the other actions that you can with the token. One of the main reasons we have launched Radar is creating the DAO and offering the users the possibility to vote and to create proposals and to shape the future of DappRadar. So basically, we want to allow everybody to shape the future. We want the Dapp developers, we want the users to work together with us and every other member of the ecosystem. And obviously, that led us to build, like, to create a DAO. And I'm sure like some of you here have already participated in our governance, maybe voted in one of the proposals, or at least gave some feedback in the forum or like in our Discord, where most of the discussions are taking place. So yeah, I mean, that's again one of the main reasons we have launched the Radar token. But it's going to be a lengthy process and a difficult process to actually become a decentralized organization. Like the transition from a centralized company, we are now like an 85 or maybe more people at DappRadar. We are all building the product. We have a lot of colleagues in all the teams that you have seen here, plus a lot of others that you cannot see. But that's a centralized company. That's a normal company that is building a product that is doing all these sort of activities that any other, let's say, centralized company does. But we want to transition to a decentralized company, to a decentralized organization. And that means like everybody's going to be equal. Like the community is going to have the same right and the same opportunities to shape the future and to control what DappRadar is about. We don't want to be like the big app store that controls everything and so on. So like as you were saying earlier, like we're the world's app store, like we are the world's app store, like literally like the world's. So we want to allow everybody to contribute. And as I was saying, like transitioning to a decentralized organization is a difficult process and a lengthy process. And to achieve that and to make sure we set our goals and we have a roadmap and we know what are the steps to actually achieve that, we need to make sure we take all the necessary steps in order to reach that goal. So for that, we brought someone at DappRadar to lead these initiatives and to work together with the community and to work together with us internally to make sure everybody's aligned and everybody works towards the same goal. So I'd like to introduce you Nathan. He's going to lead all these initiatives at DappRadar, and I'll let him say a few words about the process and about the next steps. And I'm sure we're going to have other calls in the future where we are going to go much deeper into these topics.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dragos, for the introduction. And similar to Inan, this is also my first community call. So really happy to be here, engaging with all of you. Just a bit of background on me, Nathan Vandy. I've been building in Web3 since 2017. And for the past 2 years, I've been really focused on DAOs. So really, really excited to be here at DappRadar, helping to spearhead the DAOification, as we call it. I've already been in the forums and in the Discord, and it's really exciting to already see so much engagement. It's actually a really big community, really active. And even on the forums, there's talks about how to improve DappRadar as a community and on the product side as well, which is great because we haven't even started creating the governance structure which we want to give to the community to really take up that activity level where you get to have a really strong impact. And there's already so much engagement, which is super, super exciting. And so, as I said, the focus here is to create a governance structure so that it's not just the centralized company which has control and is leading the direction of the DAO and the product, but also for that to come from the community, from that to come from you. So a lot of the work that's going on right now is making sure that that is done in the most easy way. So we're really connecting with all the right departments to make sure that that works on the legal side and the finance side, operational, technical side. And a big thing that we're going to be doing slowly but surely is reporting to you guys on these initiatives so you can start to feel a cadence to that progressive decentralization, and also for us to start educating you guys on the things that we're doing on the inside, and also connecting with you guys so that we can bring those insights into the organization as well. So there's that duality. It's not just one-sided, and I'm looking to be that conduit. And also, another big thing that we're looking to do is bring in different activities for you to do from the grant side of things as well, looking to really open up when it comes to the work streams so that you guys can actually be involved in more on the operational side as well. And as I said, the reports that we're looking to do too. So that being said, really looking forward to connecting with you guys as we progressively transform to becoming a DAO completely and becoming a community-owned, well, the first community-owned World Dapp store. Super exciting stuff. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you, Nathan. Thank you very much. Awesome to get you on the call. and to introduce you to everybody. And as Dragos says, you're the guy that we've kind of brought in to focus here. So amazing stuff. But yeah, long tail stuff. So we'll keep talking about this over and over, I'm sure, and we'll probably set up dedicated calls to follow this workflow as well. All righty, so we've had our chance to speak and talk about what we've been up to, but as I said at the beginning, one of the most important things here is to answer the questions that we collected in advance from the DappRadar community. So it's important to know. Unfortunately, we can't answer all the questions. Like, we would be here doing a 24-hour live show, which I'm game for if these guys are game for, but I don't think they are. So instead, what we do is we select the ones that we felt really needed answering right now. And if you didn't get your question answered, just hold tight. We do this every month. And you can also freely just pop into Discord and ask the question, not a problem. So let's get it. We've got some really good questions today. Guys, I'm going to read these questions out. I think you kind of broadly know who's going to answer them. Please feel free to jump in if you think the other person is not covering something, and vice versa. This is a bit of a free-for-all. If you think you've got something to add, please do. All right. So first question, nice quick one. I think we've already covered it, but let's nail it anyway. When hardware wallet staking? Skirmantas, go.
Couple hours ago. Yeah, very simple and short one. I know lots of people were asking for this, and that's the right question. But just a few hours ago, we launched that. So just hop on the staking page on DappRadar. Do it. You can do it now.
They ask and they shall receive. That is what I am seeing here. All right, cool. So we nailed that one. Let's move into the next one. So do you have any plans to expand on the staking radar tokens for other tokens? And also, do you have any plans for your own NFT marketplace? Interesting. Nick, maybe you want to field this one?
Well, on the other tokens, I'm not going to say no. I think Skirmantas is probably a better place to answer that one. But it has been spoken about internally, so that is to say there have been discussions. Regarding the marketplace, well, you can actually already trade NFTs on DappRadar. You can list them on OpenSea through DappRadar, so they are listed on the OpenSea platform. So we don't necessarily have our own marketplace at this moment in time. That isn't to say we won't build our own marketplace in the future, but for now, the focus is really about kind of bringing together getting kind of updating the product, making sure that obviously those journeys that we build between all the different elements, between the portfolio, between our rankings, between our Dapp pages, between the staking, that is absolutely picture perfect, basically. But never say never. It has been discussed, so you never know. It could happen. But right now, like I said, you can actually buy and sell NFTs on DappRadar, but it happens through the OpenSea SDK.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can add, Ian. I can add on the token side on the first part. So that's something we're always exploring. How can we add more to the token ecosystem? Also now we have Nathan to talk from the DAO perspective. What makes sense? What doesn't make sense? Maybe you stake Radar token, you receive some other token. Also, what Dragos said before, on BNB chain right now, on ApeSwap, if you stake Radar and BNB liquidity tokens, you get back banana tokens from ApeSwap. So technically, that's sort of beginning to happen. If you guys have any specific suggestions, or you're working for some DAO, hop on our Discord forums, suggest that. Let's look into that. We're open.
All right, cool. Pretty good question as well. Interesting question. So, okay, next one coming from good guy Chris. I like this. He calls us we, the proverbial we. So he is part of DappRadar, or this person is part of our team, and I like that. The way they think is good. We are currently listed on Crypto.com and Huobi. They do not support the BSC version, the BNB chain version of Radar yet. Would it be possible for the future listings and also those ones to support both chains? As we definitely need to push BNB chain version due to its good fees and big user base. Not sure who wants to take this one. Token related, maybe you, Skirmantas, on this one.
Can get it, yeah. I really like that we as well. But hey,
yeah.
The World's Dapp Store, that's what it is about.
I liked that as well, yeah.
Yeah, looking at the topic, at the question, we just launched officially the Radar token on BNB chain. So there is a little bit of patience needed. The current kind of in order for exchanges to pick up on those tokens, kind of like Radar, we need liquidity, we need some activity there. So I'd say we need some patience. We're working on that. How can you contribute? Stake liquidity, buy those treasury bills, just make the token active. Stay cross-chain as well. Every single bit helps. And of course, spread the word, because that's what attracts exchanges' eyeballs as well.
Good point. All right, cool. Good question. All right, and the next question I'm going to ask you, this person is actually, we think this is not the best question, but it's a really good question. So we're going to reward this person with 100 radar tokens. And this is Ringo Miner 0805. So is there a plan to implement an NFT integration that could enhance the staking rewards? For example, more staking percentage if the user owns a specific NFT. I like this question. Who wants to field this one?
Can fill in this one as well. I like those questions. Let's go.
I like this.
NFTs, that's something we definitely we keep a close eye on. When it comes to NFT rewards for staking, unlikely at this point in time, but there are other cool ideas about NFTs, that involve NFTs. Again, in case if you have specific ideas, hop on the Discord. One point I want to make though, on treasury bills, because if you buy treasury bills on ApeSwap, you not just get more radar tokens, you also get an NFT that has rarity, and it's sort of ApeSwap and DappRadar branded. So, it's not exactly for staking, but it's for, if you buy treasury bills, you get NFT that has some DappRadar elements.
Nice, very nice. All right, cool. So that's the question that goes towards, that person's winning the 100 radar, because that's a really cool question. I like that question. All right, let's move to the next one. Okay, this is a two-part question, and I like this one. It's pretty tricky, guys, so watch yourselves. DappRadar has grown to be a top DeFi NFT Dapp store, but along the way, more and more similar companies have come around. So what does DappRadar have planned to stay ahead of the competition and remain the go-to DeFi NFT Dapp store? That's part one of the question. I don't know who wants to, feel like a few of you can field this question.
I think I can say a few words, and then maybe Skirmantas can just, or Nick, they can add more. So I think one of the goals of DappRadar since the start, so since we have started in 2018, was to cover everything, to cover all the market, like regardless if it's a game, if it's an exchange. We have seen along the way different players focusing specifically on DeFi, focusing specifically on games or NFTs, or on specific protocols like Ethereum or EOS, like back in the days, Solana these days, Avalanche, and so on. So DappRadar had it all the time. We were always tracking all the categories, we were always tracking all the protocols, and we are going to do so. That's obviously very challenging. Trying to cover all these areas, trying to cover all these protocols is always a very big technical challenge, operational challenge. There are so many questions, so many differences between categories, between protocols. And I don't think, at least to my knowledge, that there's anybody else out there doing what we're doing at this level. There are definitely players out there focusing on specific protocols again, or on specific categories. But I think we are the platform that's covering that has the highest coverage. And again, as I was saying earlier, and as everybody else mentioned, we are the world's Dapp store, and we want everybody to contribute to this challenge. We want everybody to help us overcome this challenge going forward. The whole space is getting more and more difficult in terms of let's say integrations or technical challenges. And again, we want everybody to be part of that, and we want everybody to contribute to the direction and to overcoming these challenges. So again, I think we're in a very unique position. I don't really see any specific player out there that's doing all the things and covering the market as we do at the level we are doing. So I'm super confident about what we're building. And I think, again, by just getting the community with us and building together, working together to achieve the goals, I'm very confident.
Nice. Skirmantas, do you want to add something to that? Because I know how you feel about this similar companies vibe that we've got.
I'll just say this. Tell me another company that has a founder that can read minds, because that's exactly what Dragos did right now. I have nothing to add.
There we go, nailed it. Amazing. So we've got two founders who are telepathically in sync. So if you can compete with that, then you're off to a good start. All right, second part of this question, same person. With the crypto markets in an uneasy state lately, an uneasy state, that's quite nicely put there. How has this affected DappRadar, and how are you set up financially for the foreseeable future? Have you made any major changes to your roadmap due to the situation that we've seen this year? Who wants to take this one?
I'll jump in. I think that's something we were sort of talking about in the past 2 or 3 of our community calls, because we sort of started doing community calls when the bear market kicked in. You could also say what bear market, because sometimes it feels pretty good. The thing is, we were preparing for this, and we said that last couple of times. We started in the bear market. Again, I personally bought my first Ether at $1.5K in 2018, I think. And then it went down to $90 in the next 6 months or so. That was a nice experience to have at that point in time. So now, we know how it feels like. We know how the market evolves out of that, how it gets out of that. So we were always building with the idea, and growing with the idea in mind that at some point the bear market will come. And what happens then? And we see that lots of players in the industry, they didn't do that, and it's like, oh well, there is a bear market. What do we do? So we were prepared for that, and we are prepared for that. We just keep going, we keep building, we are staying focused. Some things have changed on the roadmap, and that's a good thing, because when the bear market comes, lots of noise just goes away, and then it's much easier to understand where the true value lies, and also users understand that. So something's changed. Not something major. We keep building. We keep staying frugal. That's it.
Yeah, nice. Anybody else want to add anything into that? Good question, by the way. And I just got a message from our community manager that our reward. This is strictly 3 sports. 7155 asked this question. You've also won 100 radar. So congratulations. Anybody else want to pitch in on that question? Because it's a pretty big question. Or should we wrap things up for today? I think we've outlined pretty much everything we wanted to talk about, right, guys? All righty. So I want to thank the people who submitted the questions first. Without these questions and without knowing what you guys think and what you feel, it's pretty hard for us to know what we need to talk about. So please keep these coming all the time. We don't need to ask you to give us questions. Just keep firing questions at us and we will answer them when we do these opportunities. So I want to thank the speakers for today, all these beautiful people that have taken time out of their day to come here today to deliver this information in a very nice way, and also so everybody learns something here today. So thank you, guys. Thank you very much. We have many more AMAs, many more shows, many more podcasts, all sorts of content planned for the future. So make sure you follow our Twitter, make sure you follow our Discord and all our social channels so you can stay up to date with what we're doing, what we're up to, and more calls and things that you can join in with. This call will also be on YouTube at the back end. And finally, we've got the secret. I want you all to remember this secret code. It's super hard to remember. Radar1. That's the code. Head over to Discord right now. Look in the general chat. You can pick up your Pope for this event. Like I said before, these are some of the coolest Popes. And you can look at them in your DappRadar wallet, which is even nicer. So, yeah, thank you, everybody, for being here today with us. Another thank you. And, yeah, we're going to call it a day there. And we look forward to seeing you all next time. So goodbye from me and goodbye from all these lovely people.